Hello, beautiful people. A little intro being recorded after the fact because I didn't like the way the original one sounded. Uh, First of all, my voice is kind of recovering from being gone. I don't know if it's going to sound much different. It sounds different to me. I can tell you it hurts to talk a little, so this was fun to make. On top of that, a little explanation as to what the tiers are, because the way I always do tier list is S plus is the best character in the game, and then S is usually the rest of the top 5, so there would be 4 characters in S. S minus I added because if I didn't, then A tier would have way too many characters. So we added a little S minus, which is borderline top 5. Like, if anybody got kicked out of top 5, they would... If any of the top 5 characters were moved out of top 5 or anything, one of the S minus characters would easily take the place, and the game would still feel like it has about the same proportion of good to bad characters. A's great characters, B's like... B says okay, but it's more so like they're functional, but please buff them. And then C tier is God help us all. This character sucks right now, please buff them. That's the little explanation. So let's get right into the actual video. With that all being said, let's just get straight into it. We're going in alphabetical order, unless I've been lied to and this tier list is not in alphabetical order and I'm stupid. It's very well possible, starting with Arya. And she's going straight in the middle, straight into A tier. Now, this could change. It could very easily change within the coming months, because Arya is a very complex character. They changed her face steal mechanic, so now you just use different moves that other characters have, which is really cool, but incredibly complex. So she might have like 0 to death combos and shit like that that are inescapable, and we just don't know it yet, because I don't think anybody has been sitting in training mode just going against every single character figuring out Arya combos, at least not yet. So this could change, but as of right now, I feel A tier's very good for her. She's lacking in a few places, like even though she's technically a sword fighter, she has very stubby attacks, very low range, doesn't have very many disjointed hitboxes like a lot of sword characters have, which we will see in just a second. She has some multi-hitting moves, which in this game are insane because they're super active. Like, a lot of the top tier characters you will see have very active hitboxes, and she has 1 or 2 of them, but it's not the best. You know, like I said, she might go up, but at the same time, she's a character that's so volatile that the devs might just like keep her weak most of the time, because we saw it in the beta. One patch in the beta, Arya was good, and goddamn was she good, right? So yeah, Arya, great character, not the best though. Then we move on to Banana Guard, instant S tier. Instant S tier. Now, this is something nobody saw coming when we found out Banana Guard was being added to the game, but holy shit. Talk about multi-hitting, like active hitboxes. Up air, super active hitbox. Up special, super active hitbox. Grounded side attack, super active hitbox. Side special, super active hitbox. Like, it's insane on this character. The kill power on Banana Guard is stupid. With side special, you can kill people like easily, especially light characters at like 50%. Especially if you get powered up, it's like guaranteed death at 50% for half the roster. His Sair is very good, has a very large disjointed hitbox, does a lot of damage, has great kill power. I mean, he's pretty much too good. And on top of that, he's very simple. It's not like a character like Arya where even if she could be top 5, you might put her, you know, in S minus because she's so hard to play and all that. No, he's just solid S tier. insanely easy to play, insanely easy to get value from. And on top of all that, when it comes to just regular play and people who, you know, aren't very good at the game, he can just spam. He can just spam Sayer, he can spam side special, and just obliterate new players. Easy S tier no matter how you look at it, and I'm shocked. Genuinely shocked that he's this good. Next up, we got Batman. Almost. Batman's almost S. There's just a few too many characters that are better than him. Almost S. Or not almost S, almost top 5. Now, Batman has almost everything you want in a character. Batarang gives you great area control. Bat Bomb gives you great combo and kill power. Smokescreen lets you do sneaky shit, first of all, but also gives you insane damage with the weaken stacks it applies. Grappling Hook is a great recovery move, a great combo move. Pretty much everything about Batman is really good. The main thing that's lacking with Batman is range. He has Batarang, but that's about it. Any character that can deal with Batarang and get rid of it, put it on cooldown. Well, Batman still can combo you into oblivion. He can still do a lot. It's just, he kind of is too reliant on Batarang. And because his design is all around Batarang, once it's gone, you have no range. Like, even just looking at who we have. You're Batman, you go against Banana Guard, and he gets your Batarang on cooldown. You're gonna lose, like, every interaction unless you get a hard read on him, because he just outranges you heavily. That being said, with Batarang, with Bat Bomb, things like that, he can kind of make up for it, but he's just not quite up to par with these great people up here. Another DC character, we got Black Adam. Another almost top 5. Black Adam is insane. I think he's better than Blatman. I love Blatman. He's better than Batman, guaranteed. Black Adam suffers from a very similar problem to Batman, where he doesn't have much range. You know, he has some ranged moves, but things like his neutral special, which do give him a good amount of range, if you miss neutral special, it's over. You're done. The opponent gets a free combo. It takes that long to recover. That being said, that being a major weakness, he has so many things going for him. He is easily the closest character to being top 5. And if there weren't bullshit characters in top 5 like Banana Guard and like somebody else who I feel like most people are waiting to see where I put him, or most people who have been paying attention to the game space wonder where I'll put him. If those bullshit characters weren't in top 5, Black Adam would easily be up there. He's super heavy. It takes forever to kill him. Like, I love playing Black Adam. He's super fun. It is a common thing to happen where you'll get like 160%. You will live so long. Top of that, kill moves. Oh my god. This man will just absolutely obliterate you off one touch at like 30%. He'll combo you into oblivion and you will die instantly. And not only just combos, his Sayer kills so early off the top. So early. Not to mention the fact projectiles are a big thing in this game. His grounded down special just deletes them. Puts up a barrier that just deletes projectiles. He is so close to being S, but there's just a good bit of bullshit in S tier that stops him from being there. Now, if his moves weren't so stubby, and if he didn't struggle against people who spam projectiles, because the only thing he has to deal with it is down special. So against somebody like Batman, who doesn't have too many, absolutely destroys. People like Rick, people like Bugs Bunny, people like that who are going to be spamming projectiles over and over again, he can kind of struggle with. On top of that, he does sort of, at least for me, he lacks some coverage with his moves. A lot of his moves are kill off the top, and that can kind of suck with certain maps like Freefort having insanely high ceilings, Dexter's Lab 2 having extremely high ceilings. But even with that, he kills off the top super early and everything. He has to go S minus. Next up, we have Bugs. Bugs is a character that is pretty much never bad. It's hard to make Bugs bad. And because of that, we're getting another almost top 5. Almost. He's going to be at the bottom, but almost top 5. Insane projectiles. You got Safe. You got Rocket. You got the Pies. He has his Acme box that people don't use enough. In the Safe, he gets a sandwich from it once it breaks. There's just so much projectile shenanigans he can do. The combos this character has, if you've ever gone against a good Bugs Bunny, you will be comboed for 30 goddamn years. But with all that being said, once Rocket's gone, you can't recover. Okay, you really can't recover once Rocket's gone, but if you use Rocket to recover, then you can't use it for combos and for pressure and shit. So it leads to this, albeit interesting, fun, and balanced sort of dynamic between the Rocket. But it makes it so his disadvantaged state is rather poor and rather lacking. On top of that, kill move wise, he's kind of lacking outside of special moves. Safe is really good, Rocket's really good, but again, once those are gone, your kill moves are pretty much just up air, which is not reliable, once again, similar to Black Adam. Although Black Adam has way more kill power than Bugs off the top, so he doesn't feel it as hard. All that combining to him being the bottom of S minus. And I don't think many characters will beat him or not beat him, but be lower than him in S minus. I think he is the barely S minus. Still a good character, mind you, but not the best. Nowhere near the best, honestly. Next up, we have every new player's bane of existence, Finn. Now, in the community, in the Multiversus community, there's pretty much two types of people. There are Finn is bottom tier. Please help him, buff him to oblivion. Then there's the Finn is S+++ tier. I don't know what you guys are on about. Finn sucks or Finn is goated. I don't know how you think he's bad. I am firmly in the middle. Finn is, without a doubt, A tier. He's a good character. He's 100% a good character. But he's not S tier, like some people are saying. And he's not, goddamn, like F tier, like some people are saying. I don't know where people are getting this. Finn still has insane ground control. Insane ground control. His aerial combat can do a little work with, but with such a good rounded moveset, I don't think you should buff his air game. Now, something that is insane, and with people experimenting with it, I could easily see Finn being bumped up to S-, is the platform perk. People have been using the platform perk on Finn, and goddamn, is it doing things. I mean, it's kind of scary. Finn might, especially if Finn gets buffed, he might get up here, but as of now, he's pretty middle of the road. His backpack, both of his backpack moves, well, pretty good, aren't the best. His recovery is pretty good. He has decent disjoints and everything with his sword and all that, but it's just something about him's lacking. You can still feel him. He's still oppressive. He's still really good, but he's nowhere as good as he was in the beta. And I think that just comes down to his gem being removed. In the beta, he had this gem move where he could throw it across the map and he would teleport to it with his side special. it gave him so much mobility, so much pressure, and it's good that it's gone, but it brings him down a few notches down to A. It brings him down, no longer S. Next up, we have Garnet. Garnet is another A tier character. I'd put her above Arya. She has great coverage, great range with her moves, decent kill power, decent. Not as good as Finn. I feel like Finn, maybe not his kill power is as good, but his combo game is immensely better. Garnet's kind of just good all around. Not gonna lie, she's kind of just a jack of all trades. She has projectiles. She has a decent bit of speed with her singing, or her whatever you want, whatever they're called, song stacks, notes, whatever they're called. If she gets two notes, she breaks armor immediately. She has armor on some of her moves. Just a jack of all trades character, pretty much going to be like perfectly in the middle of everyone. Not gonna lie. You know, she has weaknesses, but she has ways around those weaknesses. Yeah, just middle, complete middle of A. I will say, the main thing I will say is from the beta to launch, I think she is much more fun now in the current version of the game than she was in the beta. Moving on, we got another S tier. Gizmo is, nope, not best character. Gizmo is S tier though. He has, similar to Banana Guard, he has everything. The only thing he's lacking is his moves can be kind of stubby. If he didn't have such good ranged options, that would bother him. Popcorn mixed with Arrow. Arrow is one of the best projectiles in the game. It can combo. It can kill. It covers a shit ton of space. It does everything. You combine it with his popcorn. He has Car, which puts out a lot of pressure. Umbrella is an insane mobility option and an insane kill move. Gizmo has everything. His Dare is amazing for combos, puts on a ton of damage. But this man's combo potential is insane. Banana Guard just hits you with raw strength. He's a little overtuned. That's the thing with Banana Guard. Gizmo just Gizmo is like a mixture of Finn and Black Adam. He takes the kill power of Black Adam with the combo game of Finn, and he just obliterates the game. He just goes super hard to the point where, honestly, I'm gonna put him above Banana Guard. Gizmo is insane. If you haven't gone against a good Gizmo, consider yourself lucky, because this gremlin is a menace. Next up, we have Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is another S tier character. She's been S tier since the beta, and she will continue to be S tier. Her Jack in the Boxes provide great area control. Her Bat Bombs give amazing combo potential, as well as just damage in general. Her Sair, it's multi-hitting, it lasts forever. It's amazing at controlling space. Her Nair and her grounded neutral are both insane. First of all, do insane damage, have insane kill power, but just cover so much space. That giant hammer. Her Nair, in particular, has a sweet spot behind her that kills very early. Up special, insane kill move. Surprisingly not as insane as Black Adam's on the top kill pressure, but considering the fact it is her up special, means you can up air into up special, get insane kills. Combine that with her Bat Bomb, you can up special somebody, it can barely not kill, and then you Bat Bomb them to death. She just has a combo game insane. Neutral game insane. Projectiles perfectly fine. She is a fucking fast character. She zooms around the map. She's insane. She's insane. People who are saying she's not S tier are hoping they're insane. They don't know what they're talking about. She is absolutely busted. Busted. Although not busted like Banana Guard, where it's bullshit. You go against a good Harley and you're like, holy shit, I'm being clapped and I deserve to be clapped. Going from a character that I can sing praises about because I think she is a very well designed, very combo heavy, fun character to play and go against. We're going against a character, or we're going to a character that's just straight up broken. The Iron Giant is the best character in the game, hands down. Hands down. And not because he's well designed or anything, because he's broken. He has several infinites. He has several 0 to death combos. His neutral special. First of all, his neutral special is the whole reason he has 0 to death. Guaranteed, by the way, guaranteed 0 to death combos. But you can be comboed. In the middle of being comboed as Iron Giant, they get towards the top, they're about to kill you, like it'll be a Harley Quinn, she'll be about to up special you. You press neutral special. You put up that shield, she will die at 0% off the top. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. On top of that, what is normally a downside with being super big and super heavy is actually, because of how broken he is right now, is playing into your benefit because you never die. You get to like 200% as this dude. 200%, the enemy's at 0%, then you infinite them and win the game at no deaths. No deaths. 3 stock. Out of all the characters, the Iron Giant in the next balance update is going to be nuked. Mark my words, he's going to be nuked. And no Iron Giant main's gonna like it, but it is going to be 100% deserved. This is one of the characters, if we didn't have the bullshit of Iron Giant, Black Adam, Batman would almost certainly be up here in the S tier, but because of this horse shit, they're not, and they get pushed down. Next up, we have my main, my poor baby boy, Jake the dog. He's B. He's borderline C, but he's B. He was buffed from the beta, which is insane, but just the speed, the characters that are in S now, like the combo game they have, is just, it's too good. It just, pretty much everything's playing against Jake right now. He still has decent shit. His Sayer still covers a ton of range. His Dare is still super active. It does the triple hit, which is really good. His Nair covers a lot of space around him. It's a 360 thing, and it goes into a second hit, which breaks armor, which is still very good. The eating people mechanic that what's it called, weakens them, is still pretty good. But even with all that, it's just a bunch of the characters in the top tier, they'll combo you. Or Jake used to be like Banana Guard, where he would do like sort of like shorter combos, but then really just hit you with strong singular attacks. Banana Guard just does that so much better. Black Adam does that so much better. Garnet does that so much better. Jake's struggling, and I don't know if the way to do it is to nerf some of the people up here or to buff Jake and people down here. I'm leaning more towards buff, but to be fair, Jake was a menace during the beta. So as much as I hate to see my main all the way down here, I can't complain that much. I was eating during the beta, so but I'll accept it for a few patches with Jake being down here. Next up, we have the main man, Jason. Now, this is one of the ones where this is why I wanted to wait a week and not just do day one, because day one, Jason felt up here. Like, probably mid-S, maybe almost S, or almost top 5. But now that we've had time to really sit on it, I think Jason is either very top of A or very bottom of okay. I'm leaning towards bottom of okay, because he's not god-awful, but I mean, realistically, Jason has kill power going for him, and that's it. Honestly, no, I'll keep him in B. He only has kill power going for him. He gets comboed to oblivion. His combo struggle. Now, there has been things floating around where Jason can use the platform perk, similar to Finn, except nowhere near as well, because Jason needs to be off the stage facing the stage. If Jason's doing that, he can do wall combos with you using that perk, and like kill you from 0 to death. But that's a very specific situation that's not going to happen that much. So I really can't say he's good because of that. In every other situation, he only has kill power. Now, that being said, he has a good chunk of kill power, but I don't know. I really can't say. And then his neutral special, which is supposed to be like the thing he's all about, where he trades health for gray health, it's just not, it's not worth it. There needs to be something else. Either you don't trade health and you just gain gray health, or the gray health stays after you miss it, so you still get super armor, or you gain like double the amount of gray health as health you give. There needs to be some more benefit to it, because currently either every character will just eat through it with multi-hitting moves, or they will just dodge Jason until he uses it, because he really doesn't have good kill confirms, and then that's it. Like his up special, his aerial up special is a really good kill move, but it's very predictable, can be parried very easily, can be dodged very easily. So if you're trying to kill with that, same thing with his neutral attack, his grounded neutral attack. It's very easy to predict and to react to. His nair is just, it doesn't cover that much ground. It's a very short nair for using a weapon. Same thing with his Sair. You would think it would have more range, but it doesn't. Jason is not eating, and like I said, he's a noob stomper 100%. If you are new to the game, or ranked is dropping soon, if you're like a lower rank, Jason probably feels up here. Hell, he might feel like the best character in the game. Realistically, going against higher tier players and everything, Jason's just not all that. He gets beat out by everybody else's moves. Just he's struggling. My boy Jason desperately needs a little bit of help. He's like Jake. He's okay. He can survive. People will still play him. He's still very fun, but he definitely does need help. He's playable. He's definitely playable, but not good at all. That's what B should be. B shouldn't be okay. It should be playable, but help. And then C is, God help me, God, Jesus. But that's Jason for you. Moving on from a shit character to a great character, we have Joker. Joker is, with Black Adam, at the top of almost top 5. Has great range with his moves, amazing combo potential. He can like down air into down special, into side special, into up air, into up special. Like, he has insane moves. Much similar to Harley with kill power off the top. It's very good because you can, much like Harley, you can combo your up air into your up special for like insane kill power. Unlike, much like, or actually Harley can do a similar thing, but even better than Harley, because he isn't so far from his opponent after he does it. You can actually up special into up attack, back into up special, or any combination of that. You can up attack into up special, into up attack, into up special. Like, you can juggle people for a while. Now, Joker's a character similar to Arya, where I think he might be moved up a little bit, but people just haven't found the best ways to use him, you know what I mean? He's definitely, out of all the characters, the closest to top 5. He might be top 5, but people, I think, just haven't figured him out yet. He has pretty good kill power, all of that. He's lacking in, his moves can feel a little stubby outside of his up attack. That, I feel like, is the biggest problem. Or not stubby, they can be slow. When it comes to horizontal combat as opposed to vertical, he can struggle because, like I said, his Sair is slow, and then his side special, his aerial side special, while it covers a good amount of range, he moves with it. It's stubby, but he moves. Is the best way I can describe it. So maybe give it another week, maybe give it a month, and people will prove me wrong. But as of now, I think Joker's just not quite there. I think, honestly, he might. It's a very similar situation to Black Adam, where I think if the Iron Giant and Banana Guard weren't as stupid as they were, they'd be top 5 S tier easily. But they're just kind of overtuned stupid right now. Iron Giant's broken, so they have to struggle in S-. Next up, we have one of my old mains, Lebron. Lebron is going in the A tier, right below Finn. Now, he does have the multi-hitting balls, which I know you guys have seen it. You've seen the, like, infinites you can do where you get people stuck with the balls bouncing on them. You just keep hitting them, keep adding balls to the chain. They rack up like 1,000 damage. But realistically, that doesn't happen that much in real games. Okay? As funny as it is and as cool as it is, that doesn't happen much in real games. Now, he has insane combos, but he's stubby and kill power's lacking. His side special is his dunk, and they made it so it doesn't hit on the way down, so you really can't confirm into it anymore. And that was his main kill power, was his dunk. And it's really hard to hit now. It's really hard to hit, and he has taken a blow because of that. Now, a good LeBron can cover and control space like no other. You know, he'll have balls bouncing back and forth, up and down. They'll be going everywhere. You'll be like, what the fuck is this? But a lot of characters can counter that by just hitting it with another projectile. There's characters like Jake and Garnet who can throw it back at him and make it their projectile. So he has some things going for him, but realistically, way too stubby. Doesn't have enough kill power. I just can't justify putting LeBron above anybody over here. Maybe Finn, I could see an argument for him being top of A, but other than that, I think LeBron is pretty middle of the road compared to everybody else. Next up, we have the newest main in my roster, Marvin Martian. Marvin is so fun. So fun. Much like Jake, I love this character. He's kind of garbage. Not C, I wouldn't even say B, but he's he's either top of B, bottom of A. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, say he's bottom of A. You know, the problem is he honestly has too many projectiles. If somebody is above you, you can realistically only try to hit them with your up attack, which is a tiny projectile. If maybe his up air was an actual attack, or his up special was something you could use to juggle people, I mean, you kind of can, but it can be hard. But if there was just something like that, he'd be higher. Now, this is like the third character, like Arya, like Joker, like Harley. He's a hard character to really get a hang of. So he could be up here. He could be up here. He could be up here. Who knows? Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe people figure out how to go against him, and it's just it makes him a C tier garbage character. You know? Maybe. But as far as it is now, he has a ton of projectiles, the ability to reverse projectiles and surprise your opponents with that shit. Like, you can, if you position the rocket correctly, it can literally last forever. Probably not forever. I probably just haven't found out how long it takes for the projectile to dissipate. It probably just has a very long shelf life, but I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. His rocket kills very, very well. I know I was complaining about his up attack, but it is a pretty good up attack. It goes full screen from stage to blast zone, goes all the way up, so you can snipe people. you can really snipe people, and then you can move it horizontally back and forth, so you can like do fucking zigzag patterns with it. There's a lot of shit you can do, and I genuinely think once we see really, really good Marvins emerge from the shadows in competitive, then we will truly know where to put them. But right now, I think A tier is sufficient, is pretty good. Moving on to Morty. Morty is very hard for me to rank, because on one hand, they change on a good note, they changed the way his grenades work, so you can now sort of combo them together and launch somebody from one grenade to the other, and then that grenade kills them. You can do that now, but on a bad note for his grenades, they made it so they no longer shoot out shrapnel, which gave him insane area coverage. That being said, he still has insane range. He still has really good area control. But, I don't... because part of me wants to put him in S-, but I feel like A tier is more realistic. Honestly, bottom half of A, he's not as good as you would think he would be. Now, I think this is purely because this honestly might purely be because of the shrapnel. The shrapnel gave you so much value, and now you sort of have to be this 2000 IQ Giga Brain player to get value from Morty, and it's just it's not working out for him. It's just not. So I don't. Yeah, I think Morty just goes solidly A tier until people prove me wrong, much like Marvin or maybe Lebron, Joker. Until people come out of the woodworks and like prove otherwise, I feel like I just have to put him middle of A. Once again, these are all still solid characters, but they do not compare to those above. Going to B with Reindog. I think Reindog's another B. Like I said, going to B. He's slow. He does cover the map with a ton of projectiles, but just in ones, and maybe in twos he'd be up here, but in ones, just other people do what he does a lot better and a lot more consistently. So I can't justify putting him above B. And that's like really it. He's a very simple character. There's not much to talk about. Just B. Just B. Moving on to Rick Sanchez. We got another S-, almost top 5 character. Rick, while being a complex character, even with people not pushing the limits of him, like, people are doing insane shit with Rick, but even with them not pushing the limits as far as I think they could, Rick is proving to be a formidable fighter. He covers so much space. The fact he can do things like shoot out his lasers or shoot out a Mr. Meeseeks and then shoot a portal across the stage so that they cover the stage multiple times. His polymorph, even with just him getting into it, being massive and getting that huge damage and knockback boost is insane. Fart Bomb is a diabolical edge trap move or ledge guard move. Sair has insane kill power. Up Special has insane kill power. His portal gun gives him, first of all, insane area coverage, insane mobility, insane combos. It's an insane gun. That being said, he may have all of that. His moves are a bit stubby. Outside of the projectiles, he doesn't have much range. Like with his normal moves, if you're trying to trade with Sair and shit, other characters above him can easily outtrade you. And combo-wise, the thing is, the reason why I don't think Rick breaches either Black Adam or Joker and goes into the S tier is he's kind of too complex in a way. where even with people doing these cool ass things, he's way too inconsistent. Banana Guard will just kill you at 60%. He may hit you with a combo or two, but they're going to be very simple combos, very easy to hit. Rick has to do setup, he has to do all this shit, and then even with that, there's ways around it. He's too complex for his own good, and even though he's so complex and that brings him up, it hampers him from being at the very top. Damn, going from one of the most complex to the simplest characters, we have Shaggy, who I think is almost S tier. Shaggy is what Banana Guard should be. He's a solid character, but he's not way too good. He's kind of just... Honestly, I'm gonna put him right here. Solid character. Has great kill power, decent combos and everything. Lacking with normals. Doesn't have good range. The only projectile he has is the sandwich, and his kill power and shit I don't think is strong enough to cover up for that. He does have to charge up to really get going, but getting a stock off somebody guarantees a charge. If you can just knock somebody off the stage for a little bit, guaranteed a charge. With the sandwich, you can run the sandwich perk so that you can just grab a sandwich and pretty much instantly charge. There's the 100%, once you make it to 100%, you gain a charge. There's a lot of ways around it, but even then, Shaggy, 100% a solid character. Like, Banana Guard should, for the health of the game, be like down here or down here with Shaggy. But he's not. Shaggy, like I said, is what Banana Guard should be. A solid, simple character who's not the best, but also is nowhere near the worst. Next up, we have Steven. Steven is easily the closest character to being S, and if one of these characters wasn't solidly at the top of S, Steven would breach. I almost want to put him up there because he's that good. You make walls and platforms for yourself automatically without the platform perk, which immediately opens up his combo game to being absolutely insane. You go against a good Steven, you will go from 0% to 90% in 5 seconds. It is insane. Steven Bomb is an insane kill move. The healing from his down special, one not the best, is pretty damn good, and then gives you an obstacle to like have to think about and everything. His down special in the air is insane. It beats out so many moves for some reason. Like, so many moves just can't get past the hitbox. When his shield is on cooldown and he does his side special and does that karate kick thing, insane knockback, can kill very early and covers immense space. Similar to Harley and Joker, he has the up attack or up air into up special in the air. That sort of bullshit. He just has everything. He really does. Now, the only thing he's missing is he's a bit stubby. He's a bit stubby, but he's so fast, much like Harley. He is so fast, or much like Gizmo, actually. He's so fast that the stubbiness really doesn't matter. Once again, if there weren't bullshit characters in S, he would easily be up there. I see people arguing for him to be an S, and I almost agree. I can 100% see why you would say he is up there, but there's just a few characters that are much more powerful than he is. Moving on to who is, in my opinion, the worst assassin in the game, it's Stripe. He's my favorite assassin, but he is certainly the worst. First off, for an assassin, he's probably the slowest. I don't know why, he just feels super slow, but he feels slow. He lacks, much like pretty much every other assassin has long-lasting moves. Stripe doesn't. Stripe only has the chainsaw, which is one of the most predictable and easy to dodge moves in the game. The startup time on this attack, on his chainsaw, is ridiculously long. Now, it covers a good amount of distance, but that just makes it good for recovery. You can't combo into it. You can't do anything like that. His skateboard has decent kill power and everything, but even then, it's nowhere near like the best kill power in the game. Which is one of the big things. He's an assassin that is super stubby, not the fastest. His combos can be fun, but a lot of the time they're not guaranteed. He doesn't really have many guaranteed combos that I see. They kind of ruined the gun. They made it so you have to shoot all shots at once instead of one at a time if you're locked onto somebody, which I do not like. Stripe is probably one of my favorite assassins. Maybe Marvin's the only one that beats him. He's super fun, but he's just... he's not good. He's not that good. Now, he's definitely in a playable state. Much like all of these characters here, he is playable. He is 100% usable. He's pretty bad, though, especially for an assassin. I mean, like, everybody else... Everybody has something above him. They either have range above him, they have kill power above him, they have area control above him, because he does have his saw blades, but like they just don't do that much. His rounded up attack just it just goes on for way too long, so if you miss it, you are fucked. If you miss his up attack, you are fucked, and it's so easy to miss because the hitbox is kind of weird. Just honestly, I feel like the only guy who's worse than him in the B tier is Jason. Stripe needs help, he really does. Next up, we got Soups. Now, people are saying Superman's down here. They're saying Superman's down here. I think Superman's up here. Superman is insanely strong. He is definitely weaker. They got rid of his directional up attack. You can no longer throw people up or down. You can only throw them side to side, but even with that, he has insane kill power. He never fucking dies. He has insane mobility. Did I say kill power? Because his target punch or whatever it's called kills absurdly, and I do mean absurdly early. Like, that shit, if you're on the edge of the stage, that shit might kill you at 0%. I'm not kidding. That being said, he's much like a lot of characters in this tier, he's stubby. Like, if you look at this tier, stubby, 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 kinda stubby, kinda stubby, like, or with no projectile stubby, projectile down stubby, projectile down stubby, projectile down stubby. You'll notice that stubby characters kind of get the short end of the stick in the tier list. But when it comes to Superman, he kind of makes up for that because he has super armor on half of his fucking moves. The moves that have super armor, it's like, yes, let me get a move that has super armor, hits in a 360-degree cone around me. Wait, the downside is it doesn't have much range, but it will kill you at 60%. And if it doesn't kill you, I can combo from it. Yet, like, his moves have everything. They do. He has almost everything but range. The only problem being everybody above him has all of that too, but a little better, you know? So solid middle of S-. Next up, we have Taz. Taz is the ultimate noob stomper. As for, like, playing by himself, he's not that good. He's a good character. He's a good character, don't get me wrong. You will see success in playing as him. But similar to Superman, stubbiness, man. Except, unlike Superman, Taz has nothing making up for it. He only has armor on one move. One. He has one move that covers both sides of him. The tornado and the dog pile are both pretty strong, pretty good kill moves, but they can be very easily avoided. Especially the dog pile. Even if he's like guarding the stage or something, you can pretty easily just camp out the bottom of the platform, like bottom of the stage, and then just like jump around him because he's so slow in it. What he has going for him is kill power. He has kill power, and his advantage state is really good. He can combo you pretty damn well. His advantage state is good, but he's just so like he has nothing, not a single move making up for his stubbiness, and he dies pretty early. He's a pretty light character. Superman can deal with the stubbiness because he's heavy as fuck. He has super armor. Taz doesn't have that luxury. So he can hold his own against a pretty large amount of the roster, but he struggles. He does struggle. Now, the one good thing that a lot of characters can't deal with, like he can, is projectiles. Taz can just eat projectiles, and if you put on the Anvil perk, you throw those projectiles back into their face with a even better, even stronger projectile, which is really nice, but it doesn't make up for everything he's lacking. Last three characters, Tom and Jerry. This is sad, man, because for anybody who's been playing since the beta, you might know Tom and Jerry were up here. They were up here. They won Evo. Tom and Jerry won Evo. That being said, right now they're down here. they're you can't do it. The camera fucks Tom and Jerry the most out of any character because you can't see where Jerry is. So if you lose track of Jerry very easily, you're fucked. Jerry dies a lot faster now. I don't know what they changed. If you shoot him out of bounds, he dies instantly, and you don't get him back. You used to, in the beta, it was something where you would get him back immediately, or the cooldown would be like half off or something. Like you could stand to shoot Jerry into the blast zone if it would kill the opponent or set the opponent up for a spike or something. You can't really do that anymore. A lot more characters can just deal with the projectiles. There's a lot more reflex. There's a lot more other projectiles that will just, cancel out, and then there will be no projectiles. A lot of things like that. They've just fallen so far from grace. I really think so. They used to be one of the fastest characters. They really don't feel too fast anymore. It's just, they've fallen. They're definitely still playable. They're still playable. They're still pretty fun, but they've fallen from grace. Have they? Have they not? And the hit stun change, I think, has affected them the most out of everybody, because everybody else honestly feels pretty smooth in their combo game and everything. Tom and Jerry do not. Tom and Jerry honestly, I think I'm gonna put them in C. They desperately need help. Desperately need help. I would 100% say for the next patch, what I'm hoping for, Tom and Jerry get buffed, Iron Giant gets nerfed. That's what needs to happen. Alright, that's what needs to happen. Moving on to the single-handedly worst character in the game, it's Velma. Now, this is wild because Velma used to be the best character in the game. She's now easily the worst character in the game. Her megaphone no longer goes full screen. It no longer has the kill power it had. And they removed that, but in turn they gave her nothing. So her van, the Scooby van, is still immensely awful. It's still garbage. She still has very stubby attacks. Because she doesn't have the megaphone anymore, she can't really target onto people very easily, so her word bubbles aren't that good. She's pretty slow. A lot of her moves have to do with buffing allies and everything, which in ones is god awful. It's god awful in ones because you can't really buff yourself that easily. But I mean, she's been destroyed. In all honesty, she has been destroyed and is in major need of help. Even in twos where she's buffing her ally and everything, she's still not that good. Still is not that good. I'm sorry, Velma players, but it's just not your time to shine. Now, that being said, she was the best character in the game, so maybe she deserves to be ass for a little bit for tormenting people in the beta with how goddamn strong she was. But it is kind of sad to see Velma falling so far from grace. Last up, this has been going on for quite a while, I know. Most people have probably skipped through the video. Last up, we have Wonder Woman, and she is easily the second best character in the game. Easily the second best character in the game. She gives herself armor, and then can do whatever the fuck she wants. She has insane kill power with, I think it might be her neutral attack, is her slamming her wrist bracelets, whatever the fuck they're called, gauntlets, whatever you want to call them, together, and it does like an AoE around her that kills super early. Her lasso, depending on the perk you have, it will either kill people very fast and can do insane combos, or it will pull people back and you will easily be able to do like 60% damage with one simple combo. She's fast. She's one of the heavier characters in the game. I think there's a lot more heavy characters than there were in the beta, so she's probably more towards the middle now, but still, her hitboxes and like the disjoints and shit. She has several moves where even if she doesn't have her armor up, those moves will still have armor. She has a lot of moves that travel super far and will kill early. I think it's her side special in the air. She'll do like a punch, and that shit hurts. I mean, she just does everything, and it doesn't matter whether you're we're talking about ones, but you could be talking about ones, you could be talking about twos, you could be talking about free for all. Wonder Woman is absolutely insane. Before all the shit with Iron Giant was found, like the Infidence and shit, I thought Wonder Woman was the best character in the game, and I can still definitely see an argument, but like Iron Giant's literally broken, and I don't mean that as in like, oh, he's so strong. I mean like he's literally broken. Like these things shouldn't be in the game. Now that being said, not that many people are playing Iron Giant, so it's not a huge problem, but you know, out of all the characters who aren't absolutely broken, Wonder Woman is definitely the best out of all of them. With that being said, Wonder Woman being the last one, that is the tier list, boys. I feel like it's a pretty standard tier list. I don't think there's too many abhorrent takes in here, but hey, give me your thoughts about everything. I always love to hear people's thoughts. Please help me out with like, commenting, and subscribe. You know I always appreciate it. I will be streaming more Multiverses. I stream on my Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday. The day after this is going to be Tuesday. I'm actually going to be streaming DVD because there's a new killer. If you want to see that. But with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you. Goodbye.